We're going to go a bit old school with your next chest workout to help you push through any muscle building plateau that you might be suffering right now. And what we're going to do is we're not going to incorporate 5, 6, 7, 8 random chest exercises so that you hate your workout. We're just going to take a trip back in time and take advantage of something that we all love, and it's called the pump. Now, this article, I'll post the original down in the info section below. The best chest exercise you're not doing. There's actually 2 exercises in this article we're going to discuss. One, you're all probably doing. The second one, not so much. It's actually a really good article. I did it back in 2018. Has about 11,000 reads on my website. You should definitely check it out because I talk about a lot more than just the exercise you should be doing. There's a lot of great information in here. Some of that information, in fact, this is another video, Am I Not Growing Muscle If I'm Not Sore?, where I dive deep into the 3 muscle building mechanisms. And those are mechanical tension, muscle damage, and metabolic stress. And these are so important, guys, because once you understand these muscle building mechanisms, right, and what they mean and how to incorporate them into your workouts, you can start taking advantage of different workout techniques to make what you're already doing in the gym that much better. So for example, mechanical tension. This is about the load or the weight that you put on your muscles when you exercise, right? So lifting heavy, doing programs like 5-3-1, staying within 6 to 8 rep range, right? Muscle damage. This occurs when you exercise and cause micro tears in your muscles. In order to fix these tears, your body creates new muscle tissue, causing your muscles to grow. And this is what we're going to take advantage of in the workout today. Your next chest workout is taking advantage of these micro tears using the pump. More on that in a second. Metabolic stress. Performing exercises that rely heavily on anaerobic glycosis for energy production. So basically doing a shitload of reps. All right, that's metabolic stress. So you can combine these muscle building mechanisms to get more out of your workout. And in this video right here, I go over all that stuff. But what's the first exercise? Well, of course, the first exercise, if you're trying to build a big chest, if you're not doing some variation of either an incline bench press or a flat bench press, you're training chest wrong, all right? If you go to the gym and someone says, hey, I got a brand new chest workout that I saw on TikTok, and they start walking you over to like the cable machine, just leave the gym and lose that person's phone number, all right? You're not going to get big just doing cable flies. You need the heavy weight. You need the mechanical tension, okay? And that's what we're going to get by doing some heavy ass sets of either a flat or an incline barbell bench press. And when you guys do this exercise, I want to make sure that you're also using good form. So if you need help with your form, I will put a video in the info section below to teach you guys all the tips and tricks that you need to do this. But I'm going to go under the assumption y'all know how to bench press and you're lifting as heavy as you can for 6 to 8 repetitions, all right? And then once you finish doing your first set of 6 to 8 repetitions, you'll notice that there's 7 more to go. All right, let that sink in for a second. You're doing 8 sets on this exercise, and you're doing it for a few different reasons. Number one, I don't think enough people spend enough time on a singular exercise, especially when it comes to the compound movement. There is no rule in the universe that says once I do 3 sets on this exercise, I need to move to the next one. Why would you go from an exercise that's really good to an inferior one that's not giving you as much engagement on the muscles you're trying to train? Now, of course, if you wanted to split this between flat and incline, you could, right? 4 here and 4 on incline. But for the sake of your next workout, guys, just try this. Try 8 sets, 6 to 8 reps, as heavy as you can. Maybe even get a spotter and just absolutely annihilate your chest, right? Like add weight as much as you can. Make sure you're resting at least 2 minutes in between each set. Also, this is a good tip for you guys. I'm actually going to make a separate video on this. When you finish your set, I know a lot of us, we like to go on our phone. We like to talk to people around us, right? You can still do those things, but what I want you to do is as soon as your set finishes, I want you to have a reminder in your head that says, I am going to take advantage of this moment of rest to breathe in as much oxygen as I can. So literally sit down on the bench after your set, breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth, and just do that the entire 2 minutes. Guys, getting more oxygen into your bloodstream helps out with a lot of things, especially ATP, which is your body's energy source when you're training, okay? I talk about that a lot when I talk about creatine, right? That's how creatine works. It turns ADP back into ATP. Again, I'll discuss this in a separate video, but literally in between each set, for the entire 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes max, just like breathe really heavy in through your nose, out through your mouth, get all that oxygen in, and then comment below and let me know how much that helped with your sets. If you felt better, if you could push harder, maybe you could add a little bit more weight, or maybe it just made it easier to make it through all 8 sets, okay? And then as soon as you finish here, we're gonna go on to the second exercise, which is where the magic is going to happen. But before that magic happens, if you guys need a new muscle building program, go to my website, muscularstrength.com, click on the programs menu. You can go to muscle gain, you can go to fat burning. My fat burning routines, guys, these are things that you can do at home if you want to do some circuit training, right? So we have some programs here. But if you want a new muscle building program, if you're training 3 days a week, try one of my push-pull legs programs. That can be a 3-day-a-week program or a 6-day-a-week, depending on what your current training level is. Full body evolution is an upper-lower split, so maybe you can only train twice a week. Sometimes you can train 3-4 times, but maybe you only have time to train twice a week. Try full body evolution. Then, of course, my favorite program that I'm running all the time, my 5-day bodybuilding split, which can be a 4-day split. The 5th day is abs. You can take that ab workout and spread it across the other ones if you wanted to. But if you need a new program with structure, video tutorials on how to do it, downloadable PDFs, calendars, all that stuff, it's all on my website, muscularstrength.com. And you get 7 days free as soon as you sign up. So make sure you check it out. All right, back to the good stuff. So what is the second exercise? The second exercise, well, I have a couple variations, all right? The rep range is going to be the same. Second exercise is the plate press, all right? Also known as a Sven Press. Fun tip, the first photo shoot I ever did for Men's Health magazine was me doing the Sven Press standing up. I still remember it like it was yesterday, back when I won Best Abs on the East Coast. It was great. But the reason why you're doing this exercise is because what I want you guys to do is take advantage of all the micro tears that we got in your chest from doing these 8 sets of bench press. Remember I said we were going to take advantage of those micro tears? So what we're going to do, and this is where the old school comes in, is now that we've absolutely annihilated your chest with bench, we're going to do an exercise like this that's forcing us to contract our chest as hard as we can while doing a lot of repetitions. So you're going to do 200 repetitions here, 20 to 30 reps at a time. So however many sets it takes you to get to 200, that's what I want you to do. But we're doing a high reps because we're just pumping blood into the area, taking advantage of those micro tears. Hopefully pumping more blood will cause those micro tears to tear a little bit more, helping you pushing through whatever plateau you might be stuck in right now. Now, as far as why the plate press works, I recorded a little video for you guys. So because what's happening is you're taking those 2 plates, they slide, right? They slide back and forth unless you have inward pressure on those plates, right? So once the plates are together, I have my hands on them, I'm pressing in. Pressing in like this is causing inward pressure, okay? That's one of the functions of the chest, is to bring the arms in. So now I'm bringing the arms in, I'm creating inward pressure. This whole area is staying flexed the entire time that I'm moving my arms up and down. You're not just moving your arms up and down, right? Like if you were just moving your arms up and down, it'd be a really silly exercise for your chest. What we're doing right here is we're taking advantage of all the fatigue that you built up over those 8 sets, all those micro tears, because you lifted as heavy as you could, you had a workout partner with you, spotting you, pushing through your reps, taking advantage of all of that blood that's already in the area, and we're injecting more in there by doing 20 to 30 reps at a time. And make sure you don't go too light. I just grabbed 5s. These are 5-pound plates. Some of you might use 5-pound plates. A lot of you are probably going to use 10s. I just grabbed 5s because it's easier to film, okay? But get those plates, squeeze them together as hard as you can, 20 to 30 reps. Now, if you don't like this exercise, and I know a lot of people don't like this exercise, and that's fine. You can do other exercises. Another one that I would suggest, all right, is literally just do cable flies. So just set up a cable fly and do 20 to 30 repetitions and really squeeze your chest together at the front of the movement as you do it, okay? 20 to 30 reps with a cable fly feels really good, and you'll get the same reaction. But if you want to try something new, you've never done a Sven Press before, give it a shot. Or, I don't know, like, again, there's no rule that says everything has to be done on the same exercise. If you want to do 100 reps here and then go over to the cable fly and do another 100 reps, you can do that as well. All we're doing here, right, the mindset here for this part of the routine isn't necessarily the exercise, right? What we're doing here is we're taking advantage of muscle damage and metabolic stress. So we're taking advantage of high reps, and we're taking advantage of creating more muscle damage by forcing more blood in the area, because we already beat your chest down with mechanical tension, which is lifting heavy with the bench press. And you guys, you can apply this to any other body part, right? Like, it's very simple. What? If you were doing, shoulders, what would you do first? You'd probably do a heavy military press and then go into some other exercises to bring more volume, like lateral raises, real raises, front raises, something like that, right? Like, you can apply it to anything. Take advantage of the compound movements first. Go as heavy as you can, and then use some maybe more of the isolated ones to go a bit higher on the repetitions. So, a little more old school with the advice in today's workout, but you know what? It's Friday today. Monday is a few days away. I'm sure most of us train chest on Mondays, right? On your next workout, probably on Monday, give this a shot. Give it a shot. And then let me know how you feel a day or two later once DOM's set in, all right? You guys enjoy my videos, make sure you subscribe, tap that notification bell, and as always, more good stuff coming. See you guys.